Personally, I like VTubers. They're fun and they're entertaining, and they give me something to distract myself from all the hell of this past year. However, I'm also pretty good at animation since I've been studying that for the past few years now, and I thought to myself, hey, why don't I make an animation about VTubers? Now, I don't mean taking a clip from a stream and animating that since, well, it's kind of been done already to this point. No, I'm talking about taking a VTuber and making a custom animation that, if it was in a game, how would we portray them? Would they walk, run, spawn from the ground? I don't know. Basically, can I take a VTuber and turn them into an animated game character? Well, let's find out. So to start off, we need a character to base the animation off of, and an animation cycle. For the sake of ease for this video, I'm going to do a walk cycle since that's basically easy mode for a lot of animators. As for the VTuber, I was going to choose someone that I've known well for the past 3-ish years, and someone that I've seen grow from the beginning of when she was just a commander to what she is now, and that is Zentreya. I knew about Zen all the way back in late 2019. Since then, I've seen her grown from VR chat to being a mute VTuber to what she is now. And honestly, I'm happy to be a part of this community, both the Red Knights and ALA. Now you might be asking, why am I bringing this up? Well, because in order to make a good character animation, we have to understand the character itself. Even if it is a game animation, you need to know how the character is gonna behave. So, the best way to do that is look at their personality. Personality-wise, she comes across as a bit of a confident, yet overconfident in her abilities, whether it be with gaming or with her chat. All this plays into her dominant attitude, you know, the whole dommy mommy dragon mentality that she has. So with this attitude in mind, I'm thinking that she would have a confident yet sassy kind of gait to her walk, with her arm swaying to complement the confidence that she's supposed to give off. For the walk cycle, I need a reference of an actual sassy walk so I can figure out what the contact and the passing poses are going to be. These will be the keyframes that I need to make the walk cycle actually work. So to do this, I found 2 video references, right here, that convey what I want the walk to look like. One of them has the torso and the leg stride that I want to use, however, the arms seem to be too relaxed for what I need to convey a very confident sort of walk. However, the second reference has a very good visual idea of how I want the arms to sway. With that being said, I roughed out the contact and passing poses on the first reference, along with the arms on the second reference. After that, I figured out the timing for the walk cycle itself. Now with all of that, we can start animating the walk. So to start off, I'm going to rough out both poses for the contacts, keeping in mind about the feet position on the y-axis. You see, in order to make a good walk cycle, the contact poses need to be consistent on both sides. Unless you're making a walk cycle for someone with a limp or an animating zombie, make sure to keep the feet position on the y-axis consistent. Once that's done, I'll rough out the passing poses. Here I try to keep in mind the weight shift from the contact to the passing. Here I keep in mind the weight shift from one leg to another, making sure that the contact and the passing are seamless. So in order to make a good looking pose, you have to keep in mind the line of action. So what I would do most of the time is I would start with the torso first, keeping in mind the line of action, and then afterwards I spread myself out from the arms to the legs and then to the head. With the contact poses keyed in, now we're going to add the breakdown poses. These will be used to emphasize the extreme up and down motion of the character's gait. For the up, we're going to bring the passing foot forward and bring the character up higher between the contact and the passing position. On the way down, I'm going to plant the front foot and shift the weight onto that leg, also bringing the character lower than the contact just slightly. And with that, I am finished with the blocking. All I have to do now is refine the poses, and also keep in note the arc in the arms and the legs, which you will see here that I do, and also animating any secondary movement that I plan on doing if I choose to do so. And now, the final step is to refine. Once I'm done with the blocking, I'll select all the controllers and then open the graph editor and then hit spline. This tends to be the tedious part of the animation process, yet it's also one of the most, I guess, easiest, depending on how you see it. Basically, all I need to do here is to make sure that the line looks clean, and that it's not wonky in any way. So basically, just make it smooth. But I would warn you, look at your animation while you're doing this, as this will change the keys on that controller. As this will change the keys on that controller actively. So just a heads up on that. One rule of thumb that I would use is have the graph editor on one screen and then have the animation workspace on the other, so that way you can actively see what's happening. If you have a single monitor, however, then dock the graph editor on one side of the screen and then dock the animation workspace on the other side. Usually this takes about a day for me to finish up, since I would have to clean up every single key that I made, and that's on all the controllers. So this is kind of tedious, but it's also the most easiest depending on how you see it. And with that, I now have Zentreya walking.
When I see you dancing, I'm like, hola, 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 hola. With your move fancy, really wanna hola, 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 hola.